Donald Trump's campaign is losing by every single metric available right now. As we all know, I talk about it all the time, and I'm sure you see the headlines because this news is everywhere. Donald Trump is losing in every single national poll, including in those by right-wing pollsters. Whether it's Rasmussen polls, whether it's Fox News polling, he is losing nationally to Kamala Harris by more and more points with each passing poll. On top of that, she is beating him in nearly every single swing state. In fact, there's only 2 swing states she's not winning right now, one of which, Georgia, she's actually tied with him, so she's not losing that one. And then Arizona, Trump still has a 1 to 2 point lead, which of course is still within the margin of error, so she could still win that. Now, that's not the only metric though. And in fact, that's not even the metric that's pissing Donald Trump off the most right now. The thing that Donald Trump is most angry about is the fact that Kamala Harris and the Democrats are absolutely crushing him in the thing that he prides himself most on, and that is raising money. The final numbers, of course, came in this past week for the month of July, and it turns out that Donald Trump raised a respectable, I'll say respectable because it's a lot of money, $139 million. $139 million in 1 month, that's pretty good. I mean, in the past, that would have been like, holy crap, that's amazing. You don't have to raise money ever again. And then you got to look at Kamala Harris's numbers. Yeah, they're more than 139. They're more than double that. They're more than triple that. Kamala Harris raised over $500 million in the same time span that Donald Trump raised $139 million. $500 million in a month. That is a record-breaking amount for any politician that has ever existed in the United States. And to make it even better, the majority of that came from small dollar donors. But Donald Trump's campaign is freaking out about it, so they sent out a campaign email that said, quote, "Emergency alert!" And then underneath that it said, "Alert!" All in red text, all in all caps. And then it said, "She's expecting millions more dirty liberal dollars to pour in today. Today might be her best fundraising day ever." It was a panicked, desperate email, which, to be clear, most campaign emails, whether they're from Republicans or Democrats, I don't know if you get them, but I do, they all sound panic. They all make it sound like, oh my God, the sky is falling. But this one feels a little different. "Emergency alert," Trump said in this email, which prompted David K. Johnston, who of course wrote a biography on Donald Trump, so he is very familiar with the inner workings of Trump and his brain. But David K. Johnston tweeted this out. He said, "This is the latest sign of Trump's panic." And he's right. And of course, it doesn't take a biographer to identify that the Trump campaign is panicking right now, but they are. And everybody knows it. And the funniest part to me is that they don't try to hide it. You know, like if you're panicking, if your campaign is in a free fall, when everything is going poorly for you, when you're losing in the polls, you're losing in the fundraising race, the last thing you want people to think is that everybody at your organization is running around with their head on fire, screaming for their life. But Trump doesn't care. He wants people to know how dire this is. The problem Trump has is that he has been bilking his donors out of millions of dollars ever since he left the White House. And most of that money went to pay his legal fees. And I'm not talking about the big corporate donors who have endless money. I am talking about the small dollar donors who are already tapped out. You started tapping them immediately after the 2020 election where you lost. They gave you $250 million. And then they saw that you didn't use any of that to do what you said you were going to do, which was challenge the election results. Other people paid for that. But they gave you all that they could, and they've got nothing left to give. And yeah, $139 million is a large amount of money, but not when compared to $500 million. So you're in trouble. And Your biggest trouble is that you already tapped out most of your donors.
Hi everyone, this here is little Athena, and Athena would like to know why you haven't subscribed to Fair and Balanced yet, so please, don't let Athena down. Subscribe today.